A bill that's crucial to keeping the Trailblazers in the Rose City is now headed to the governor's desk.
And the legislation would put hundreds of millions of dollars toward renovating the decades-old arena. Let's bring in Fox 12's Abby Davis now, live from Salem with reaction to this. Abby?
Yeah, lawmakers are very excited to see this bill clear both chambers. It's also not a surprise considering it's gotten so much support from both sides of the aisle since it was introduced. The bill passed the House this afternoon with 42 lawmakers giving their vote of support compared to the 14 who voted no. If signed into law, Oregon would have a framework to secure $365 million for renovations at the Moda Center. It would create a shared ownership between the state and the city of Portland and establish the Oregon Arena Fund that would be used to cover the cost. Taxes collected in and around the arena would also be redirected to that fund, including a jock tax generated from the salaries of visiting players and performers who use the arena. Democratic representative and chief sponsor of the bill, Daniel Wynn, says the legislation sets Oregon up for the win.
Well, I think it's clear that Oregon's economy is at a turning point, it's at an inflection point, and this is the shot to really give that boost, really give us that motivation to keep going, right? And I think it sends a strong signal that Oregon's open for business.
The Moda Center, which opened in 1995, is the oldest facility in the NBA that has never undergone a major renovation. Wynn says the bill isn't just important for the economy, but to also help keep Portland. While testifying on the floor today, many lawmakers shared their love of the Trailblazers and why they believe these renovations will help keep the team and other sports teams here. The Trailblazers president of business operations also chimed in, calling today a great day for the community. He said this is a once-in-a-generation opportunity to renovate Moda Center and catalyze economic growth in the heart of a vibrant Lower Albina neighborhood. Working with local leaders, we're ready to get started on the next chapter for this franchise. We're not sure when the governor will get to this bill. There's a lot headed her way with the session expected to wrap up today, but we do know that she has supported the effort in the past. Reporting live in Salem, Abby Davis, Fox 12 Oregon.